Assalamu alaikum class 4. It's our 9th lecture of English A. So today we are going to study New Oxford Modern English Book 4. First of all, open page number 26, Unit 3, Anansi and 5. So Anansi is the main character and 5 is the counting number. It's basically a story about Anansi and witch. What's to know? Charming, very pleasant or attractive. Delicacies, small, tasty or rare foods. Furious, very angry. Glum, sad, scowl, an angry expression. Scurrying, moving hurriedly with quick short steps. Trickster, a mischievous character. Once upon a time, long ago, there lived a creature called Anansi. Sometimes Anansi was a spider, sometimes he was a man, and other times he was a strange mix of the two. So, a long time ago there was a creature called Anansi. So, sometimes he was a spider, sometimes man, or sometimes a mixture of both. Creature mean makhluk. Strange mean ajeeb. Anansi was a trickster and he was having a difficult time. He had no money to buy food for his family. As he walked around the village one morning, he had a scowl on his face and a growl in his stomach. So trickster mean Farabi, and he was in difficult time because he had no money to buy food for his family. So one morning he walked around the village. Growl mean Horana. So he was empty stomach and he had a frowns on his forehead. Passing by neighbor's house, Anansi heard something that pleased him. So, when he was passing through his neighbor's house, he heard something. Please mean Masroor. The neighbor was an old witch. She was an angry and unpleasant witch, who became furious whenever anyone said her name, which means Chodel. So, she was angry and unpleasant whenever someone called her name. Furious means Vehshi. She hated her name all her life. People had laughed or looked surprised when they heard what her name was. So she hated her name because people laughed and looked surprised at her name. Can you guess what her name was? It was 5. So her name was 5. Anansi peeked through a gap in the witch's fence. She was stirring her big cooking. So, in this picture we can see Anansi is peeking through her fence and she is cooking something. Peek mean Jankna, fence mean Bard, stirring mean Helena. Stirring her pot and muttering and mumbling a spell. The smoke and sparks were blue and green, so Anansi knew she was cooking up some big magic. Muttering mean Barbadahat, mumbling mean Barbadana. So, the smoke and sparks were blue and green. So, Anansi knew that she is cooking some magic. Suddenly, she snatched up her staff and started to pound it on the ground as she walked around the pot. Anansi listened carefully to what she said. I curse anyone who says the word 5 to disappear forever. So Anansi listened to her at what she is saying. So she said, I curse anyone who said my name 5 would be disappear forever. Curse mean lanat. Anansi rubbed his hands together and jumped around on his 8 hairy legs. So Anansi rubbed his hand and jumped around on his 8 hairy legs. Ah, this could make me some money or get some food on the table for my family. He smiled widely and his sharp teeth sparkled. So he was happy that he will get some money or food for his family, and then he smiled widely. His sharp teeth sparkled. Sparkle means chamak. Anansi rushed to the path that ran along the river bank between the village and the marketplace. So he went to the path where river bank ran along the river between the village and the marketplace. So everyone who was going to the market would walk past. So on the same way, people will pass to the market. They would be on their way to buy the delicious yams, beets, pulses and grapes that would be piled high in the market. So for what they will go? For buying yams, beets, pulses and grains that would be piled in the market. Piled mean dare, beets mean chukandar, pulses mean dale. Anansi set to work and piled up 5 mounds of earth near the path. So he set to his work and piled 5 mounds of earth near the path. Mounds mean tele. They looked just like he had planted 5 yams. Then he sat down and waited. So they were looking like a planted yams. Then he waited. First to come by was little Mrs. Rabbit. She carried a basket full of sweet potato pieces and walked slowly because it was heavy. So his first prey was Mrs. Rabbit. She was carrying a basket full of sweet potato and it was heavy, so she was walking slowly. Anansi stepped forward and smiled. That looked like a big weight. Please rest a while and help me. I don't know how to count, so I cannot tell how many yams I have planted. So he said to her that wait here and help me to count the yams because he don't know how much he had planted. Mrs. Rabbit was kind, so she stopped. She put down her basket and hopped along the row, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a flash and a bang, Mrs. Rabbit disappeared. So Mrs. Rabbit was kind and gentle. She put her basket and count the mounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in a flash she disappeared. Anansi gobbled down the whole basket of sweet potato in seconds. Gobbled mean hadap jana. He licked his lips and sat down again to wait. Licked mean chatna. So when he had eaten the sweet potatoes, then he waited for the another prey. Not long after, he heard little footsteps on the path and looked up. It was Mr. Duck. He walked along with his chest held high and his feet made a slip sound on the path. So next was Mr. Duck. He walked along with his chest held high and his feet made a slip sound on the path. He had a bag with his lunch in it by his side. So he had a lunch box in his hand. Mr. Duck stopped when he saw Anansi and asked him how he was. So Anansi stopped him and asked how he is. Anansi put on a glum expression. Mr. Duck, I have no idea how to count my yam plants. You help me please. So he asked the same from Mr. Duck. Can you help me in counting the yams? Assalamu alaikum, class 4. It's our ninth lecture, part 2. Mr. Duck bobbed his head and puffed out his chest even further. Well, Anansi said, it is quite simple. Start with 1, then it's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Mr. Duck disappeared instantly. So he counted in the same the Mrs. Rabbit did. So he disappeared instantly. Instantly mean foreign. Anansi ate up the lunch. Now I know you will be wondering about Anansi family. Did he think about them? Did he save any food for them? No, he did not. He ate everything without thought about any of them. So he saved nothing for his family, and he ate everything by his own. Next to come along on her way to the market to buy some tasty treat was Frog. She did not stop when Anansi called after her. So another prey was Miss Frog, and she did not stop when Anansi called her. Hey, please help me counting my plants. She laughed. No way, count them by yourself. So Miss Frog said, did count it by yourself. She called over her shoulder as she hopped away. Hopped mean uchalna. It did not bother Anansi too much because he knew there would be plenty more chances for him to try his trick out. Anansi was not that angry because he knew there would be many more chances for him to try out his trick. He imagined what delicious food he would find. He did not imagine taking any to his hungry children. So he was thinking about delicious food he would find. He was not thinking about his hungry children. He was going to eat as much as he could fit in his stomach and then come back and try the trick again on another day. So he was eating as much he could fit in his stomach, and he would come again another day to try his trick. A scurrying sound pulled Anansi out of his daydream. So it was Mrs. Shrew on her tiny bake. She had a huge load of freshly made pies that she was hoping to sell. So another prey was Mrs. Shrew. She had a huge load of freshly made pies she was on way to sell her. The load was 3 times her size and face was red from the effort she was making. So the load was 3 times her size and her face was red. Oh, Lady Shrew, how nice to meet you. Sit a while and rest. I need your help to count my plants. So he said to her, sit for a while and rest. And I need your help. Can you count my plants? You can share your wisdom with me. Anansi grinned and showed all his sharp teeth. He was trying hard to be charming because he wanted to eat all the pies. So he was trying to be as nice to her to eat all the pies. Mrs. Shrew was not a fool. She could see Anansi's eyes glisten as he looked at the pies. So Mrs. Shrew was not a fool. She knew that he is a greedy. Well, Anansi, you are kind and I am tired. She put down her load. How can I help you? I can't count, he lied. So she asked, how can I help you? So Anansi said, I cannot count. He lied. Can you count my mounds for me? Mrs. Shrew smiled. She walked to the nearest mound and stood on it. She pointed to the mound that was farthest away from her. 1, 2, 3, 4 and this one, she said clearly. Anansi frowned. Tevri chadai. Frown means tevri chadai. Do it again. Say all the numbers, he said. So he said to her that count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and this one that I am sitting on. So she counted it like in this way. Mrs. Shrew spoke slowly and clearly. A flash of anger passed over Anansi's face. Come on, say them properly. He was finding it difficult to keep a smile on his face. So it was difficult for him to keep a smile on his face. Again, Mrs. Shrew smiled sweetly and counted slowly 1, 2, 3, 4 and this one here. So she was counting in this way. She pointed to the mound beneath her foot. Ah, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, shouted Anansi. Instantly, in a big burst of spark, he disappeared. So he was angry and he shouted that counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in instantly burst of spark he disappeared. Mrs. Shrew picked up her load and set off to the market. She would sell these pies and buy mouth-watering delicacies for her family. So she picked her load and went to the market to sell her and buy some delicious food for her family. So the moral of the story is that greed will bring you in trouble. So Anansi, so this is the end of chapter. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.